So today we have a flight from a goat, alias KOZA, Kilo Oscar Zulu Alpha, which is Ozona Municipal, to Midland International Air and Spaceport. It's kind of a long name, but should be a nice airport. So let's get started. The weather. I haven't updated this slide, so let's actually go and see on the websites. And we have the aviationweather.gov, where I take all of my weather for flying in the US. And let's start with observations. So we have more than 10 statute vital visibility, temperature is 15, dew point is 10 in Celsius. There, pressure is 3028. So we have some high pressure there, combined with the higher elevation of the airfield and a higher temperature, that is ISA, it's International Standard Atmosphere Temperature. All those three actually work against us, and the density altitude will be a little bit higher than the field elevation. The lowest cloud layer, which is considered as a ceiling, is at 1,700 feet. That's the current weather there. The current weather at our destination is, you can see the temperature is slightly lower, but so it's closer, like the temperature spread or dew point spread is just 2 degrees Fahrenheit. In Celsius, it's just 1 degree. And so it's very logical that we have low clouds at 1,200 feet. However, we do have great visibility once we are below those clouds, and we also have a higher pressure, again working, everything like that working against us as far as performance goes of our aircraft. If I check the clouds here, the forecast for now, and let's also say 21 Zulu, is that the cloud should be like tops of the cloud should be at around 7,000 or 6,000 feet, which is quite nice because we should be able to do some cloud surfing, and we'll see how that looks like in the simulator. Winds, let's see. So winds, surface winds are kind of, I would say, variable, but more from the south on the surface. At 9,000 feet, still just 5 knots or 10 knots, so nothing really major. And we have at 6,000 really, again, variable. It just turns around here. So as for the weather, let's say precipitation, there is none. As far as thunderstorms go, again, none. Icing, let's switch on icing. Basically no icing. So I believe that weather-wise we are quite all right to go. Not for VFR because of the clouds. So we'll try IFR flight today. So route planning. That's kind of simple, and you might also say boring. But as you can see, there are basically no routes around. I switch like that, so we can either try to fly to something closer and go really around, but I really don't see any reason. So we'll just go direct to this VOR, and before reaching that there, we should be like broken off for the approach. So we don't expect to fly all the way here to the VOR. But it's a good thing to include this as our last point, because if we, for example, lose communication, there are several approaches that can be started from this VOR, and we could easily execute it. As you can see, the FIR region is split here between Houston and Fort Worth. Houston Center is currently online, so if they still stay online, we need to request IFR clearance from here if we want to depart IFR. We have an option also depart VFR and ask for an IFR clearance in the air, but the problem is that clouds are really low, so and you cannot enter the clouds until you have that IFR clearance. So route-wise, nothing problematic here. Let me ask you a question, because when we are flying IFR, it often comes, the question often comes if we need to file an alternate airport for landing. And I will just update this TIF here at Midland. And if someone knows, if we need to file an alternate or not, and what are the conditions or what are the requirements.
I think we do.
And
So
why is that?
ceiling too low.
Mm-hmm.
Ceiling is below 2000
Mm-hmm. What if
and the
our
time of arrival.
what if our estimated time of arrival would be 23 Zulu or 2310 Zulu?
2310, then it would be fine without an alternate.
Exactly. So just to sum it up, thank you. Just to sum it up, we have something like a 1, 2, 3 rule in order to determine if we need to file an alternate. So if the weather forecast for 1 hour before and 1 hour after our arrival is 2000 feet ceiling or more, and at least 3 statute miles of visibility, we don't need an alternate. However, our forecast clouds are overcast at 1,500 feet. That means that's below 2,000, obviously, and we need to file an alternate. Now, in order to consider what can be our alternate, there are also like weather minima to be observed. So let's say, and let's find actually some airports that have a TIF, for example here, Kink or Wink. In order to be able to file an alternate, we need to have also alternate weather minimum, and that is 1 hour before and 1 hour after, again, the arrival or planned arrival. The ceiling or the visibility must be at least 2 statute miles, and the ceiling must be at least 600 feet for precision approaches or 800 feet for non-precision approaches. And those are standard alternate minima. If we want to consider this airport as our alternate airport, then we need to also check the instrument approach that we would use. For example, let's say that we would like to choose RNAV 13. If I open that plate, I can see here by this black rectangle with the letter A that the alternate minima are non-standard. In order to find those, I need to go to alternate minimums, open that, look for that airport that I picked, which is Winkler County. Winkler, and now I can see county. I chose RNF GPS 13, and it says it's not available when local weather not available. And category C weather minima is 802 1/4 statute miles. So you can see that a normal weather minima is, because all of those approaches are non-precision approaches, so standard weather minima is 802 statute miles, but for category C aircraft, the visibility must be just a 1/4 mile higher. And that's it for here. So what is the weather? If I check the METAR here and TAF, so I can see METAR is overcast 800. That's exactly at the limit. However, the forecast is overcast 1500 and the visibility is good. So I would say that I can file a Kink as my alternate airport. and I will do so. Filing something doesn't mean that you need to divert there. You can, choose a different, diversion once in the air, but you need to file at least one. And also plan that you need to also carry enough fuel to get there and plus again 45 minutes. So to file that, I will just enter alternate airport king here and just file a flight plan for me. All right. So departure. Now, yeah, some
For
question?
the alternate, yeah, I don't know if it's probably not practical, but there is an airport right next to the original destination. Like I think it's Kilo Mike Delta Delta, like Midland Municipal, and it has the pretty much the same alternate minimums. So I guess would it be legal to just file an airport right next to the original one as an alternate?
It would be illegal. However, uh,
Not
if you are
practical.
not practical, because if you are not able to land here, there's a great chance that you are not able to land there either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
legally you can file it. This doesn't have a TAF, terminal area forecast. So you would need to determine the forecast weather in some different way. But usually, you just take the forecast from this because it's so close. And this is also like a good alternate airport, but it's your, original destination. So yeah, it's not really practical. That's why I didn't do it. But obviously you can try for it when you are already there. And does it have instrument approaches?
It does.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I mean, it could make sense in situations where the original destination only has one runway and the alternate nearby has like
Yeah.
crossing runways for
Yeah.
better wind. I don't know, maybe.
Maybe yes. All right. So departure. Since Ozona Municipal is an untowered field, we need to either normally in real life we would find that the clearance delivery phone is like Houston ARTCC, and there's some phone that you can have a clearance delivery. And as I said already, you can either depart in the visual conditions and activate your IFR flight plan once in the air, or you can get the IFR clearance on the ground already. When getting a clearance in the US, it's good to write down the acronym CRAFT for clearance limit, route, altitude, frequency, and transponder. And then, when you are given that clearance, you would just read that back. So let's see. Yeah, so this is like let's say, is this, which one is on the ground? Yeah, this one is on the ground on the right side. So you would say something like Houston Center, November 123 Alpha Bravo, at Ozona Municipal, IFR to Midland. How was it called exactly? Sorry, Midland International. And they would tell you something like November 123 Alpha Bravo, Houston Center, cleared to Midland International Airport as filed, climb and maintain 8,000, departure these frequencies, squawk 1234, hold for release. And you would read that back, obviously, and then you would switch back. They would tell you like read back correct and switch to traffic advisory frequency is approved. So you would just read that back, switch to advisory frequency or Unicom approved, and then you would just work on your departure. You would start the aircraft and taxi, and when you are ready for IFR departure, so you are at the hold short line, you are number one, then you would tell them that you are ready for IFR departure. And they would tell you that something like this. It might be a little bit different because it's a mouthful here. So something like November 123 Alpha Bravo. Time now is, and it would be about 2015 Zulu, released for departure. Clearance void at 2020 Zulu. If not off by that time, advise on this frequency of intentions by no later than blah blah. And report airborne on this frequency, change to advisory frequency approved. Right? So what you need to read back is that you are released for departure and your clearance void time. You don't need to, read it all back. So you would read back November 123 Alpha Bravo, released for departure, clearance void time 2020 Zulu, Wilco. And change to advisory frequency is approved. They might split this into two messages, so they would first release you for departure. When you read that back, they would say read back correct, and then they will tell you report airborne, and then the change of frequency is approved. Or they might tell it all in one sentence. Depends, on the controller. As for the departure in the IFR conditions, there is no obstacle departure procedure, published for this airport. They are just takeoff minimum. So if we are taking runway 16, that means that we have a takeoff minimums of 300 cloud ceiling and 1 statute miles. Again, that applies to commercial operators. For us, you don't need to hit those. You can depart with and don't see anything, but it's not really a smart thing to do. Those are there for a reason. And that you need to have a minimum climb of 445 feet per nautical mile to 2,700 feet. Now the airport elevation, if I'm not mistaken, is almost like 200 and something. Yeah, 2,377. So what it means is that you need to be able to maintain this climb for like 300 feet AGL or 400 feet AGL. The reason is that there is probably some obstacle, in the departure path. And all those surveys are done based on several criteria. So if you are departing on an IFR flight, there are several things. There are like three things that are kind of assumed, and from there comes, the decision if a specific departure procedure needs to be published or not. Those conditions are: you need to cross the departure end of the runway at least at a height of 35 feet. 35 feet. You need to be able to maintain a climb at least 200 feet per nautical mile. And you need to fly a runway heading at least to 400 feet AGL. And if all those three are fine and there is no obstacle in a way, then they will not even alter the standard, minimums. And this, what it says is actually, if you apply standard minimums, you need to maintain this climb. If you have this visibility, 1 statute miles at least like 300 clouds, then that means that, that you don't need to maintain this 445 feet per nautical mile. You can just maintain 200. Needless is to say, even Cessna 172 will have like a maybe climb gradient around 500 feet per nautical mile, maybe something like that. So it should be quite fine. Any questions for the departure? If not, let's move on. En route and arrival. Today, actually, let me speak first about the approach, because that will that will be relevant for our arrival. So today I picked the RNF runway 22 approach. Let's check again what are the current winds. Current winds agree with me, and also forecast agree with me. So let's go with that. So this is a GPS procedure, and these kind of areas, it looks very familiar to those MSA circles, minimum safe altitude circles on other plates, but these depict kind of an area where which is already part of this approach. So you can see that IUPA is here. This is an initial approach fix, and in a half circle, or in a whole circle actually, that has a diameter of a radius of 30 nautical miles, this area is already part of the approach. So there is no specific path or a route towards IUPA. You can fly, from anywhere, basically, to this fix. And the fact that it is a part of the approach has a quite big significance to your flying and to the approach that you're going to make. So notice that for if you're coming like from this direction, that is like between 135 course and 315 course on this part, on a northeast part, then the minimum altitude is 4,700 feet. That's a minimum en route altitude, or kind of the same thing as minimum en route altitude. If you are coming from this direction, it's 5,100 feet. These are obviously MSL levels, so your barometric pressure, not AGL. If you are coming from here, notice the no PT symbol. That means that you will not be executing this halt in lieu of procedure turn. If you are coming from here, from this segment, then you need to execute this halt in lieu of procedure turn, unless you are cleared for a straight in. But that's there for a reason, because the turn to final would be more than 90 degrees, so you need to reverse the course first. As far as vertical profile, once you are established here on the course, means 4,700, and then you can descend to 4,500 all the way to Kittel, which is the final approach fix and also like an interception point for a glide path if you are flying, for example, LPV approach or LNAV VNAV. So this is the point where you would start to follow it and you would descend all the way down. This shaded area here at the approach or at the landing end is called a stipple. And if it's there, it means that from this visual descent point, which is marked with this V, there are no obstacles or no significant obstacles, and you are able to descend all the way here to the runway with all obstacle clearance maintained. What else? Here you can see the decision altitude for LPV and LNAV VNAV, and minimum descent altitude for LNAV and circling. In this case, for LPV, it's 3,055 feet, which is 200 AGL, and for LNAV VNAV, it's 462 AGL, which is this number barometric. Now, how to execute this? If we are flying as I planned, that would mean that we would be clear to IUPA from this direction, somewhere from the south. So that would mean that after overflying this, we would execute the entry procedure, and either it would be direct, so overfly, go to outbound and then turn back, or it might be kind of a teardrop entry. So we would go here, do a teardrop like this. Let me take the laser pointer. Yeah. So it would be like teardrop entry, like 30 degrees like that, and then turn back. As for the length of this holding pattern, it says 5 nautical miles, but you can fly anything which is 5 nautical miles or less. So if you want to do like a standard 1-minute patterns, and you don't fly like an F-18 that in 1 minute it would exceed those 5 nautical miles, then you are free to do so. Just standard 1 minute patterns. You don't need to go all the way here. What else? Yeah, miss the approach procedure. If you're not able to land, climb to 5,000 direct to Tokra and hold there. Again, the same story. 5 nautical miles is the limit. You can fly it shorter. And now I'll come one page back, and we have this en route and arrival. If we have an ATC, which we probably won't have because Fort Worth would need to come online, then at some point they will either ask us what approach do we want, or we can, query them proactively. So let's say that we are flying this route. You can see it's 92 nautical miles. So maybe when I'm like 50 miles out from the airport, I can, contact the controller and say that I have an approach request. They would ask me what that is. I would tell them that I would like to have like RNAV GPS runway 22 approach, and they would tell me something like that we can expect that one. And maybe they would just immediately tell us that we should go direct IUPA, from there. So let's say we are in the middle of here, and then we get direct IUPA. So we need to program that approach into our GPS and then go to direct IUPA, which is someplace there, I believe. Sorry. Now, let's say that we are clear to direct IUPA and we hear something like this. November 123 Alpha Bravo, proceed direct IUPA, maintain at or above 6,000 until entering the TAA, which is terminal arrival area, those areas in a circle. Cleared RNAV GPS runway 22 approach. And now let's consider that we, at this point that they told us this, we were flying at 8,000 feet. So what does it mean, maintain at or above 6,000 until entering the TAA? That means that if we want, we can descend to 6,000 already. But we don't need to, because 8,000 is above 6,000. So you just repeat that, direct IUPA, maintain at or above 6,000 until TAA, cleared RNAV GPS runway 22 approach, November 123 Alpha Bravo. Now, if your top of descent starts before the reaching of the TAA, that means that you are not yet within 30 nautical miles of IUPA, then you need to inform the controller that you are leaving 8,000 and descending to 6,000. You were allowed to do so, but you still need to inform them. However, if you are already within the bounds of that area, so you are already within 30 nautical miles to IUPA, that means you are already on the published approach segment. And if you were cleared for the approach, that means you can descend however you like, compiling, sorry, my English. Yeah, complying with the published minimum altitudes, which for this case would be 5,100 feet. If you are told to proceed direct IUPA, but you are not cleared for the approach, then obviously you cannot descend from 8,000 until you are cleared or told to descend. Is this clear?
So if I'm cleared for the approach, but I'm still outside of the TAA, I have to wait before I can descend until I'm within the TAA.
Yes.
Unless I ask the controller for lower before
Yes. If you
reaching the
are
TAA. Okay.
told proceed direct IUPA, cleared RNAV GPS runway 22 approach, but you are not informed of any altitude, that means you stay at your assigned altitude until you are within that area.
Okay.
But once you are, and if you were cleared for the approach, then you can descend.
Mhm. So if I'm still outside, but I'm too high, I need to inform him or
Yes.
ask for descent. Okay.
Yeah. Either if they already told you that you need to maintain error above something less than you are currently, then you either inform them, or if they didn't include that information, you can just request descent.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, one in, one out rule doesn't apply here for arrival because this is a towered field, so there is a tower. That means that more aircraft obviously can be on an instrument procedure. However, it applies to our departure. So that's not such a big problem, because once you depart and you contact the controller, they radar contact you and you are basically out. That means that uh, another aircraft can be cleared for takeoff. So uh, just a reminder, since we have this Houston Center and hopefully it will remain there, when you are released for departure and you are switched back to Unicom, you announce your takeoff. And maybe, when you are at 1,000 feet or something, just announce on the Unicom that you are leaving the pattern, and that it's a final call, and then you switch back to the center and make a call to the center, to the ATC. At which point they will give you they will radar identify you and can clear another aircraft to depart the field. So try not to dally with contacting them, otherwise you will be just holding everyone else on the ground. All right, so that's it. Is this something I forgot to say? Of course, at some point you would be switched to tower if there was any. If there is nothing like that, then we will do standard, non-towered calls, even to the towered airfield. It's good. Again, remember, people might not know what is the GPS runway 22 approach. So if you are coming there, just tell that you are, some 20 miles and the direction and the altitude. So refer to your position as in reference to the airfield instead of some GPS or IUPA over Kittel. If I were flying the circuits, I would have no idea what IUPA or Kittel is. So just tell me, for example, when you are IUPA and inbound, then you say that you are on 10 miles final, right? Or 5 miles final at Kittel. And that's the information I would like to hear as a VFR pilot. All right. Yeah, this is where I plan to park because it's called the Deerhorn Aviation. I just couldn't pass that one. So upon landing on runway 22, I plan to, turn here to 216 left, or backtrack 34 right, and then turn here on Whiskey. If you happen to you land long and you go here, your taxi will be kind of more complicated. Of course, you are free to go anywhere else if you want, but I just picked this little secluded area to park my aircraft, sorry. So is there anything that is unclear? Is there any worry that or some aspect of the flight that you did not understand how to fly?
Yes.
Then speak up.
Am I the only one not doing the RNAV GPS approach? I guess.
Yep.
'Cause I,
Do you have any
I was looking at the VOR
hmm?
16 right.
Any question?
If I understand correctly, you can do both the arc or the procedure turn.
This one?
Yes.
Uh,
So,
yes, you have several initial approach fixes. MIP,
yeah, so
low P, Midland, VOR.
I can just fly straight to Midland and then set a course
Mhm.
for 003 degrees at 5,100 feet, I think, and then turn back.
5,100, yes. And then turn back
Yeah,
and then you can descend. Yeah, obviously.
yeah. All right.
Or
I
since
will
we'll be
try that
coming
one.
since we will be coming from here, you can also practice the ME arc.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to follow the arc. Is it just based on the DME?
Mm, basically you have your VOR needle. Let's see if I have I can show you here in the aircraft. So let me zoom in. You see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that you have you're flying like this, right? And maybe make it smaller, but when I switch here, you won't see it anyway. So let's say you are at MIPI, right? Somehow. Again, that's also a question how the hell you are gonna navigate there, because you would need to be vectored there basically without the GPS, because how you want to intercept that. But let's say that you can, and that means that you are kind of all the time you would be kind of perpendicular. So if you turn your OBS in a way that it points 90 degrees and you need to maintain the center line like this, right? Like the needle centered. And then you would slightly turn and maintain the DME. So you would check the distance, right? And when you are flying like this, that would mean that this needle would start deviating down, right? If you're flying from here, from the right side. Because once you like going more and more here and you point it to this, then the needle would go down a little bit. And ultimately, you would need to turn that a little bit like this to center it again. Correct? Or is
Yeah, I
it
think
too
so.
difficult to imagine?
It's a bit difficult to imagine. So you're saying you need to constantly turn the needle.
Yeah. How it's usually flown is that let's say that I fly like this and I have this position at MAF, right? And I'm exactly at 12 nautical miles from the VOR station. What I do next is that I will set my heading back like slightly left, maybe just 5 degrees or 10 degrees. I would start flying, to the left. And in that case, the needle would also start deviating, and I would maybe switch this one also 10 degrees to the left. And I would fly this new heading until I center it, because when I turn it left, then the CDI needle will go up. Right? And so I fly a new course and then wait, for it to center. And again, when it centers, I again, switch 10 degrees to the left. Of course, I still need to observe my DME. So if I'm too far, then I need to turn more in. If I'm too close, I need to turn more out. And when you are exactly at 12 nautical miles and your needle is centered, you need to fly perpendicular to it.
I see. Okay,
It's
so
a
if
good
ATC
exercise.
remains offline, I will try it. If
Okay.
ATC comes online, I'll do procedure turn, probably.
Sure.
Yeah, it tends to be a very, very shallow bank when you're doing these arc DMEs. So I mean, you're probably going to be under 5 degrees bank. It's
Yeah.
very, very shallow.
That's why
Okay.
usually you fly it like several short segments, like straight segments, right? So
Yeah.
you turn like 10 degrees, then you maintain it. Of course, where there is a wind, then you need to kind of compensate for that more. So it becomes more complicated, but it can be very rewarding, when you do it right.
And in order to get to MIPay, if ATC is offline, wouldn't it be possible to fly until maybe 14 miles from the MAF and then turn north until the 102 radial?
You would need to kind of try to do that, right? I cannot. There is no procedure that would legally get you there. You can eyeball it, of course. You can fly and you see, okay, I'm at 14 and I'm still on radial. Let's say that you find out that you are on a not on radial 102, but maybe radial 122 or 120, right? Which is there, and you are 14 nautical miles, so you are someplace there, right? So you just need to kind of guess where to fly. It can be more educated guess or less, but you still can guess.
All right. We'll see.
honestly, it tends to be more efficient just to fly the procedure turn. Like that tends to be just shorter.
Say again?
From my experience, it tends to be that it just feels shorter just to fly the procedure turn rather than flying the arc. Like it
Of
feels shorter.
course. Of course it is, but this is more fun, you know, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
okay, any other questions? If not, then I'll wish you a happy flying. For whoever doesn't want to fly and wants to watch me instead, I will be streaming that on Twitch in a moment. I hope that I will see most of you in the air, and let's keep our fingers crossed that the Houston Center stays online at least for departure.
Yeah, Thomas, this is Suresh. So I'll watch you today.
Okay.
I have an appointment. Yeah, but happy flying.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, me too. I'll watch you too.
All right,
Fine.
starting the streaming now.
Happy flying.
Happy flying,
see ya.
guys. Put our flaps down. Fuel selectors are on main, good. We verify, not fuel pump, but we verify what fuel level it shows. It shows, yeah, there, very good. So let's put it down and let's do workaround. So flaps, all right. Ailerons, it's moving, attached. Wing is fine. Tie down is already out. Let's check how much fuel we have. Yep. You can see fuel and it's blue. This is out. Then we need to sum the fuel. Okay, no water visible. Nicely blue. So let's close it. Propeller looks clear, everything fine. Oil. Okay, we still have 8 quarts or something like that. And the fuel quantity in the second wing. Good. And let's close it. This is off. Checking the pitot tube. Looks nice. Alright, static port. Moving fine. Rudder. Static port again. And we have our baggage. Yeah, that's enough baggage. We won't be packing up that one. Alright. So let's get it started. And just to see... yeah, I want to see this one, starting the engine. So, we have master switch on. We turn on beacon. Good. Select the fuel pump, actually full mixture. Crank the throttle. And observe if we can get fuel pressure. Yeah, fuel pressure is rising. Let's turn it off. Let's prime the engine. Okay, maybe one more time. Good. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Ah! Okay, no, I want to turn that. What's happening? Okay. Control doesn't work. I am not able to turn it in the direction. But let's hope that I didn't overflood the engine. So, magnetos to both. Check the area. Clear. Let's get it started. Okay. fuel pressure, oil pressure, good. Oil temperature, very good. I'll lean that a little bit. I put on my headphones. Navigation lights. Good. And let's close the door. Alright, I'll open the vents a little bit. Cabin vent 1, cabin vent 2, cabin heater. Alright, close these. We have just 15 degrees Celsius. So avionics go on. So switch on the radio, yes. Let's go standby. Let's plan our flight here. And also tune in the Houston Center 134.425. Transfer, yes.
Loud and clear.
And we will have
Okay.
0.8 here. Okay, destination KMAF. And the route will be pretty simple, it's just MAF. Good, that's it. I'll check the preview. Looks correct. Back.
Houston Center, hello, November 36 Echo request.
November 234 Houston Center. Say your location, please.
Houston Center, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie at Ozona Municipal. IFR request, IFR clearance to Midland.
November Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie. Clinch request, stand by, your number 2.
Okay, number 2, that's better than nothing. Okay, in the meantime, let's sync our directional gyro.
American 1776. Turn right turn, heading 320, runway 15 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay. There we go, and we will also, as a backup, we will...
93 Uniform Tango, go ahead.
By the way, guys, clearance on request means that you should just like wait. That means that they will come back to you when they have time for you. It's a very confusing phrase, but that's what it means. Basically means stand by.
November 993 Uniform Tango, Houston Center, squawk 7362.
Okay, so we have
November 36.
114.8. So let's configure that. 114.8. And also I will configure it here, 114.8, because I want to see the distance there.
Number 36 Echo, I have your clearance advisor ready, copy.
Radio copy, November 36 Echo.
Number 36 Echo, clear to the Mike Alpha Foxtrot Airport via radar vectors Mike Alpha Foxtrot VOR direct. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level, correction, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.42, squawk 7246, hold for release.
Clear to the Mike Alpha Foxtrot airport, radar vectors Mike Alpha Foxtrot direct, 5,000 feet, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.425, squawk 7246, and hold for release.
Number 36 Echo, read back correct. American 1776, radar contact, say altitude.
Nice, very nice readback.
Thank you, but
American
I guess I can just switch to Unicorn now,
continue
right?
that right turn, cleared direct, Dreamer, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Yeah, I didn't tell you, so, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Oscar, Kilo, Golf, Papa Charlie, I'm getting your clearance ready. Did you mean to file Mike Alpha Foxtrot for your route?
Affirm, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie.
Roger, I have your clearance if you're ready.
Ready?
Oscar, Kilo, Golf, Papa Charlie, cleared to Midland Airport via radar vectors Mike Alpha Foxtrot VOR, direct, maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.42, squawk 2441, hold for release.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is cleared to Mike Alpha Foxtrot via Mike Extra Foxtrot VOR. Climb and maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure, frequency 134.42 and squawk 2441.
Oscar, Kilo, Golf, Papa Charlie, read back correct.
Houston Center, November 6529 Lima, IFR request.
JetBlue 1337, contact approach 125.5.
Okay, so the winds are nothing, nice. So what we're gonna do? I guess I will use runway 34. Yeah, runway 34 sounds nice. Ozona traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, on ramp taxiing to runway 34. Ozona. Yeah, let's take the tailwind, that's alright. So park. And we go. Switch back here. Right.
Houston Center, United 1843 with information with ski request I4 to LX.
American 501, contact New Orleans, approach 125.5. 125.5, American 501, good day. November 6529er Lima, cleared to Mike Alpha Foxtrot Airport via radar vector steep, as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.42, squawk 7422, hold for release.
Okay, and they're thinking the
Clear to
green.
Midland via radar vectors and steep, cleared 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes.
So
Squawk 7422, departure is a 134.42, November 6529.
good. Let's cycle the propeller.
November 29er Lima, squawk 7422.
7422 for November 6529.
29er Lima, read that correct.
Houston Center, United 1843.
United 1843, go ahead.
15.
United 1843 with Whiskey, pick up I4 to LX.
United 1843, sorry, I thought I hit send on this. I guess I did not expect a PDC. 1 second.
Right. Yeah, we didn't receive anything.
Houston Center, November 36 Echo, number 1 for departure.
November 36 Echo at Oscar Zulu Alpha, you're released for departure at this time. Clearance void at 2040 Zulu. Not off by 2040. Advise Houston Center no later than 2045. Time now 2035 and 1/2. Change advisory frequency approved.
November 36 Echo, released for departure, clearance void at 2040 Zulu, and we'll call you this frequency with intentions, if not off by 2045. November 36 Echo.
Houston Center, United 1843, request business start from gate Charlie 5.
United 1843, pushing.
Expect one by right and approved, and then we'll go for taxi, United 1843.
Center, November 1013 Zulu, ready to taxi at Austin, and we have Bravo.
November 1013 Zulu, Houston Center, thank you for Bravo, runway 36 right, taxi via Bravo.
36 right via Bravo, 13 Zulu.
So the runway is 6,000 feet, quite enough.
And United 2451, I apologize, did I miss a call from you?
Ready, driver 5, arrival, United 2451.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie at Ozona, ready for departure, number 1.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie at Oscar Zulu Alpha, released for departure at this time. Clearance void at 2045 Zulu. Not off by 2045 Zulu. Advise Houston Center of intentions no later than 2050. Time now 2041.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is released for departure. Clearance is void at 2045 Zulu.
Center, November 234, frequency change.
Okay. Ozona traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 34, straight out departure. Ozona. Okay, strobe lights, landing lights, fuel pump, fuel mixture. And let's go. Airspeed is live. Okay. Gear up. Flaps up, fuel pump off. Ozona traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, leaving the pattern to the north, final call, Ozona.
November 901 Bravo Charlie, clearance on Houston Center, clearance on request, stand by, number 1. American 1776, Fort Worth Center is offline, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Unicom, American 1776, see you on the way back, John.
See ya.
Houston Center, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie after departure, 3,800 feet, climbing 5,000.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Houston Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000, clear direct Midland.
Climb and maintain 8,000, direct Midland to Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie. Okay, so...
November 901 Bravo Charlie, clear to Mike.
29 Lima,
Clear to Mike Alpha Foxtrot Airport. Via radar vectors Mike Alpha Foxtrot VOR, direct, maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.42, squawk 7344.
November 9-1, Bravo Charlie, clear to Mike Alpha Foxtrot via Mike Alpha Foxtrot VOR direct, 5,000 feet, expect 8,000 in 10 minutes. After departure, frequency 134.425 and squawk 7344.
November 901 Bravo Charlie, read that correct, hold for release.
I forgot to switch this
Houston
one.
Center, November 6529 Lima, request release.
November 6529 Lima, Houston Center. Release for departure at this time. Clearance void at 2050 Zulu. If not off by 2050, advise Houston Center of intentions no later than 2055. Time now 2045.
Cleared for release, release void if not off by 2050, November 6529 Lima.
Southwest 268, turn right heading 010, intercept the localizer.
Turn right 010, intercepting the localizer, Southwest 268.
Houston Center is Cherokee 10130, ready for departure, 36, right.
Cherokee 1013 Zulu, Houston Center, the wind 030 at 7. Proceed on course, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff.
36 right, clear for takeoff, proceed on course, 13 Zulu.
Alright, landing lights off.
Southwest 268, 8 miles from Elrin, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 4 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 4 approach, Southwest 268.
Number 6529 Lima, say altitude leaving.
November 6529 Lima, leaving 3,000 feet.
November 6529 Lima, thank you. You are radar contact. Climb and maintain 8,000, clear direct steep.
Climb maintain 8,000, clear direct steep, November 6529 Lima.
Number 1013 Zulu, say altitude leaving.
Leaving 1800, 13 Zulu.
13 Zulu, radar contact, Austin altimeter is 3018.
3018, 13 Zulu.
Houston Center, we got an awkward situation here. We made a right turn instead of a left turn at Whiskey Bravo, United 1843.
United 1843, just turn left there, November Alpha, runway 15 right, taxi via November Alpha, Whiskey Papa, November Charlie.
Roger, via November Alpha, then back on November Charlie, United 1843.
Sorry, I misspoke. You've got the right idea. Left there, November Alpha, Whiskey Papa, Whiskey Charlie to 15 right, United 1843.
Okay, November Alpha, Whiskey Charlie, level 15 right, United 1843.
Southwest 268, runway 4, clear to land.
Runway 4 clear to land, service 268.
Houston Center, November 91 Bravo Charlie, ready for departure at Ozona, number 1.
November 901 Bravo Charlie, released for departure at this time. Clearance void at 2055 Zulu. Spawn off by 2055 Zulu. Advise Houston Center no later than 2100 Zulu. Time now 205. Correction, time now is 2049er and 1/2.
Clear for it 2055 and otherwise if you no later than 2100 November 91 Bravo Charlie.
Very nice cloud layer.
Center, hello, JetBlue 1337 again with you. We're at 15,000, just 70 miles south of Libby.
JetBlue 1337 Houston Center, hello. Climb and maintain flight level 230, clear direct east.
Up to 230, clear direct east. 1337.
Eaton, Lima Bravo Yankee, JetBlue 1337.
Abraham, Lima Bravo Yankee for 1337.
Houston Center, United 1843, short of 15 right, ready for departure.
United 1843, RNAV scam, runway 15 right, clear for takeoff.
Roger, and then RNF scam, United 1843, clear for takeoff, 15 right.
Houston Center, American 456, you'd like to start making a descent?
Okay.
American 456, are you going to Dallas Fort Worth?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do some pictures.
Okay, what is your requested altitude?
American 456.
American 456, we'll have traffic at 24 in a few minutes. For now, just going to maintain flight level 260.
260, American 456.
JetBlue 1337, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Clear to cruise 1337.
Southwest 268, welcome to Houston. Yankee to parking, have a good day.
Yankee to parking, Southwest 268, thanks for the 18 surface, have a good one.
Going higher, so need to descend a little bit.
Number 901 Bravo Charlie, say altitude leaving.
November 901 Bravo Charlie at 3,800, climbing for 5,000.
Number 901 Bravo Charlie, Houston Center radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000, clear direct to Midland.
Climb and maintain 8,000 and clear direct Midland, 901 Bravo Charlie.
United 1843, radar contact, say altitude.
Passing 15,000. United 1843.
United 1843, roger, you're on radar contact. Number 36 Echo, leaving my airspace, Fort Worth Center's offline, monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Over to Unicom, thanks for ATC, November 36 Echo.
Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, leaving my airspace, Fort Worth Center is offline, monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Monitoring Unicom, thanks for the ATC, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie.
Number 6529er, Lima, leaving my airspace, Fort Worth Center is offline, monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Over to Unicom, have a good one, November 6529 Lima.
United 1843, climb and maintain, flight level 320.
United 1843.
So, we are 60 miles, so I'm already going to plan the approach. So, load procedure, it's gonna be approach. It's gonna be RNF 2222, transition IUPA, yes. And we're gonna load an approach and activate. Okay, yeah. So we should go direct to Kittle right now. That's strange, not Kittle. It's not correct. Activate approach.
JetBlue 1337, leaving my airspace, Memphis Center is offline, monitor Unicom, have a great flight.
That's funny.
Hey, appreciate the services. Bye-bye.
Transition is IUPA. So let's remove approach. And load approach. No, it's 28. 22. Okay, let's first just load it. It's not correct. That should start at IUPA. So let's just add insert after IUPA. That's not correct. So let's remove it. Now let's remove this. Oh no. Let's activate lag. It's also not correct. I need to go direct. So direct IUPA, yes, activate. Try to go through procedures. Approach. 22. Just load.
Number 901 Bravo Charlie, Fort Worth Center is offline. Monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Switching to Unicom, thank you. 91 Bravo Charlie.
JetBlue 1979, Albuquerque is offline. Houston Center is closing. Monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Monitoring Unicorn 97 incoming.
Number 1013 Zulu, Houston Center is closing. Radar service terminated. Monitor Unicom, have a good flight.
Over to the North Star, 13 Zulu. Thank you for the service. See ya.
See ya. United 1843, have a great flight. Houston Center is closing. Monitor Unicom.
Thanks for the service. We'll switch over to Unicom and so on. United 1843.
United 2451, no traffic between you and Intercontinental. Houston Center is closing. Radar service terminated. Monitor Unicom. See ya.
See ya, United 2451.
Pyramid 9401, I love the call sign. Have a great flight. Houston Center is closing. Monitor Unicom. We'll see ya.
Pyramid 22, you have a great night. Pyramid 9401.
American 456, good flight to Dallas Fort Worth. Houston Center is closing. Monitor Unicom. See ya.
Liberty Unicom, American 456, thanks.
Right, how far are we? 43 miles. Let's see how the flight
Number 3
level
Uniform
looks.
Tango, executive landing runway 31. Houston Center is closing. Monitor Unicom. Have a great flight.
Thanks, info. Monitor Unicom, for Uniform Tango.
See ya.
I do hope I'm flying direct IUPA. Yeah, it's direct IUPA right now. But still, come on, that approach. It's just wrong. just not how it should be flown. We'll need to do the entry there. Basically blind. So we are coming at the course of 331. What that means is that we are in this segment here. And we'll need to do the procedure turn there. So when we cross Ayupa, I would like to fly a heading of 225. That means 045, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 045 heading. Plus, so minus 30, so 15. 015. Yeah, okay. So 015 there for 1 minute and then join there. Do I have any clock here? Okay, I have only this one. Or I can turn on the timer here. Yeah. So let's reset. So by the time I'm at Ayupa and turned inbound, I want to be at 4,700. That means I need to lose 3,000 feet. So 6 minutes before Ayupa, I'll just start descending. Let's do some more pictures.
Just barely made it for my work call in 2 minutes. So thanks for that, everybody. We'll see you later. I'm out of here.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya. time to synchronize 3-3. Seems about right. So 5 more minutes and then I'll start my descent. So fly there, make a turn, and then, well, actually I need to be at Kittle at 4,500, which is another 7 nautical miles. And now it's 26. So 26 plus 7, that's 32. Let's say that it's another 4th. So I can start descent maybe 4 minutes from Ayupa. Let's see. So 4 more minutes. Fuel still enough, everything in the green. First, let's check the latest weather. 220 at 6, overcast 3023, so let's already configure that. 3023, like so. Yeah, okay. more minutes, and then we're descending. We're already quite close. Let's not do that yet. Alright, let's start our descent. Just reduce power a bit. And I'm looking for something like 500 feet descent rate. I'll probably turn on my carb heat. To Unicum. Set squawk 2000. Here we go into the clouds. External picture. So we will be flying 015, like so. And we don't see anymore. So carb heat is on. Good. This is not correct. I guess I can activate it. This is... No, this is just wrong. So IUPA, so I'm gonna turn. Select my timer. There we go. Start.
Midland traffic, November 36 Echo, Papa Arrow, 12 mile final, runway 22, Midland.
I guess 50 seconds is enough. Final approach course 225. Of course, I cannot trust the GPS unit at all. Let's try to activate it again. So 4,700 to IUPA. And then 4,500. So let's use this to slow down. I put a fuel pump on, landing lights on. Midland International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, on a 1-2 miles final to runway 22, Midland. So that's IUPA, so it can descend to 4,500.
Midland traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, 5 mile final runway 22, Midland.
Manway 3055. I wonder if the looks like the glide slope doesn't come alive. Nice.
Midland traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, 2 mile final runway 22, full stop landing, Midland.
I just need to descend in a way that keep 3,700 at Phonax. If it ever switches to Phonax, that is.
Midland traffic, Bonanza 6529 Lima on a 12-mile final runway 22 Midland.
Now we are on the approach, but we don't have a glide slope. It's just wrong.
Midland traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, runway 22, vacated via runway 16 left, taxi to east ramp, Midland.
I see the runway, so let's slow down. Midland traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 4 mile final runway 22.
Midland traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, runway 16 left, vacated, Midland.
Okay, there goes gear down. Oh, I have glide slope finally. Now when I can see, okay. Right, flaps 1. Carb heat off. Flaps 2. And flaps 3. Midland traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf, Papa Charlie turning left on the runway 16 left and taxiing to the end. Midlands. So, mixture. Fuel pump off. Midlands international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, all runways vacated and taxiing to parking to the Deer Born Aviation. Midland. Okay, strobe lights, taxi lights.
Midland international traffic, direct line about Charlie, this is 132, currently 21 miles southeast of the airport at 8,000 feet. We'll join the VOR 16 right approach to land on runway 16 right.
Parking brake.
Midland.
Let's see. So, radio's off. Avionics off. Navigation off. Beacon is still on. Good. That is there. And master switch off. Okay, let's open the doors. All right. So that's it. Wheel chokes, tie downs. Let's do P2 cover. Baggage door. Oh, otherwise it looks great. Fuel, we have the same in every tank, which is strange. Right. Let's actually see. I saw some strange structure there. Let's see if we can find that, what that is. Oh, I thought it was levitating. It's some Midland. Feel the energy. Okay. All right. I believe that was quite the flight. Too bad the GPS was again misbehaving, or I don't know how to use it. I thought that I was using it properly. Oh, magnetors are still on. Let's put it off. I thought that I used it properly. Apparently, there was some problem with it. I don't know what that was. We'll try to look for it. Well, next time maybe when I fly something with this GPS, or maybe I'll just don't use this GPS. Let's briefly explore what other options there are. GNS 530 is an option with the stack, or GNS 530 430. Yeah, the old transponder, funny one. Or just 430, or no GPS at all, just the radios. I would like to use that one because I paid for it, but if it doesn't work properly, I don't know if it's smart to do so. Well, anyway, until next time, hope to see you all. I hope you enjoyed the flight, and bye bye.